Good morning, guys. It's 20 past 9, and it's the 1st of October. So, you know what that means? We've got a monthly candlestick closure to go over. So, if we start here on Aussie dollar, um, we did actually close last month as a spinning top candle. Um, and although you can see this is just below the 7250 resistance, support, which is now resistance. Price has just caught on this level over here, um, so we may still be seeing a pullback. Obviously, spinning top candle does represent indecision in the market after this bearish candle here. Um, Price failed to continue lower, came back up, retraced. So we could just be seeing a pullback um, to meet uh, this moving average resistance zone here, potentially all the way up to tap this trend line. But obviously we're on the monthly time frame here, so that may not happen within the near future. Obviously, bear in mind that we are beneath this key level, so we'll have to watch the smaller time frames to see how price responds, because we could just be heading lower. So we step it down to the weekly time frame. There we go. Right. Okay. So last week did close bearish, shooting star candle back below the exponential moving average. Obviously, you can see this resistance zone here, moving average lined up with monthly support, now turned resistance, and obviously, as you can see, we are in a definite downtrend. I mean, in terms of a Fibonacci, I can't really see any great places to put one, but say for example if we plotted one here down to this low, then yeah, I mean that we've got a retracement back to 61.8, almost to the absolute pit, and then price just pulled back. So we're looking at I mean extension targets there, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but we would be looking down towards 750 weekly support. Um, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. On the monthly time frame, we did say that we could potentially see price popping back up, and I mean that is still possible here on the weekly time frame. Could be seeing a tap of this downtrend here before revisiting these lows. So if we step it down to the daily time frame, right, so you can see that we have the end of last week, after the bullish price action, we did just get caught up on that final level of moving average support, but we are in between this region here. After the spike at the end of last week, well, we were making lower highs, lower lows. See here, formed a lower high with the rejection of that downtrend, and then I believe this was a US interest rate decision last week, caused a spike towards the upside. Even call this a bit of manipulation here, taking out the previous high. Any stops that anyone that entered here short would have been taken out, and then just pulled all the way back, straight back down through the moving averages. And I do expect price to hit this 71660 level, if not even lower. But this is my initial target for this pair. Now we could see price tap this 250 7250 monthly resistance, but with how price seems to be responding to this exponential moving average. I'm not sure if that's still a possibility. We've already pulled back on Friday's candle to reject that upside move, and that could be potentially as far as we see in terms of an upside rejection or a test of the upside move. So alternatively, there may be slight consolidation before melting, but I definitely expect this level to be met. Onto the 8-hour time frame. Now, as you can see, we've got this that rejection at the end of last week was again from that 0.7300 level. That price does not seem to like at all, and also the spikes just shy of the 200 moving average. Moving averages crossed over following that, the smaller moving averages that is, and price melted. We've now come back up to form a lower high, spiking to the region of the previous low, and as we break this counter trend, this is actually drawn on the 4-hour time frame, but as we have just broken that, come back up and retested that, we do look to be heading lower. If we look at that on the 4-hourly, you can probably see that slightly better. Here you go. We've got about half an hour left of this current candle. We'll have to see where that closes, but given this bearish price action from this counter trend, then I am expecting further downside, looking at that 7166 level.